Hey Scorpio, this is Bluntly Spoken. We're going to go ahead and do a quick February reading for you. You can take a moment if you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. As of this morning, I was at 63 subscribers. And I had put out I don't want to say it was a contest. It's not. It's a thank you. For every 100 that I get, I'll go ahead and pull a name and then I'll do a 30-minute free reading. So I'm getting kind of close to that. Need a little bit more to go. So if you can do that, I'll put you in drawing for sure. Drawing, thank you. I don't know what we're calling it. So the first card for the overall is your Lovers. Then we have the Hierophant and we have the Eight of Wands. Nine of Swords wants to come out. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Okay, let's see what's going on here, Scorp. Overall is the Lovers, so obviously we're going to say that this is some partnership. This is a relationship of some sort. That's also the Gemini card. Hierophant is the Angel of Blessings. Two Keys, which is also to me type of Lovers being the Angel of Blessings with the key to the heart. Eight of Wands is your journeys, which is a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, Sag. But to me, it means passion. We have the Nine of Swords, which is stress, right? Nine of Swords, to me, when I see a sword, especially accompanied with the Ace of Swords, it's in your head. That's an air sign, right? Air signs are always in their head. They're more, so what it's telling me is, what I'm feeling right now is, so you have this blessing right here, this relationship that you're in. It could be a Gemini that you're in a relationship in, being it's your main, that's what we're talking about. Or it could just be your partnership for sure. Your journeys, so maybe you've been through a lot, or you're going through a lot, or in the process of getting out of something, and it's saying that's in your head, right? But when you come to the Nine of Swords and you come down here to the Ace of Swords, what it's telling me is yes, you're still in your head, but you have concluded whatever it is. And if you have seen any of my readings before, you know that the 9 to me is like the best, right? So the 9 to me is you've tackled up the mountain, right? You have went up the mountain. You've climbed all the way up to the mountain, got through the journey, right? And you're at the top of the mountain. To me, the 10 is coming back down, right? So the 9 is very good to me, of any sort, in the head or not. It means it might be a lot going on, but you're at your peak. And then to be followed by the Ace of Swords telling me that you have went through your head and you figured it out, and then accompanied by the Ace of Pentacles. And then the Hangman, right? So the Hangman is in his head, kind of like the Hermit, but the Hangman is more present. And he's more comfortable. You know, he's more comfortable in his head where it's still an air, right? I consider it an air sign because it's still a thought thinking. I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 more. That's too many. There's definitely a good relationship. Maybe you guys were going through something, you know. With the Eight of Wands, you're going through something. Because it was stressing you out, just in a relationship in general. I don't see anything being extra bad. It's not like that. It was just obstacles that you had to go through. It comes out the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Cups. I'm going to pull one more. Eight of Cups is like a departure of some sort, and I think it's a departure of what was going on in the head, the stress that was coming, because it's followed by the 9 again, which is your peak. And 9, from the 8 to the 9 is going forward. So then, and 9 of Cups is a blessing, and then you're accompanied with the 10 of Wands, which means burden, but not to me. It's a passion, and it's a 10, which means it's a completion. So you went from an 8 to a 9 to a 10. Hold on. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck to me is my Gemini card again. The bottom of the deck is the Emperor, smartest man in the deck, right? So that's your energy for the bottom of your deck. I'm going to use these cards. These are they don't really have a name. They're called Easy Tarot, but they were beautiful. They don't really have a name. I don't know who they're made by. Oh, that's why I liked them. Sirio Marchetti. He's the one that actually did this one as well. I use these sometime as well. The Gildan. He did those as well. So that would be why I went for that. I looked at the cover and just bought them. Let's go ahead and clarify a little bit. But it looks like a good read. It looks like a relationship definitely going well. And I know that the Eight of Cups means departure. To me, cups are never really a bad thing, even though some of them, like the five is like a loss, and there's some ones in it. But to me, like cups are not. Cups are love. Like they just are in general to me. But you went from the 8 to the 9 to the 10, and that's what I see when I see that. And whatever was in your head, whatever obstacles are, you figured it out. And maybe they're not in play, and that's why it's the 9 of Swords in your head. Like, okay, well, I can do this way, and I can do that way, and I can get over here and do that. And you figured it out, right? When it comes to the abundance. So this is your thought up here, and then you put it into play up here. This is you comfortable. I got the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. I'm not open company or lovers, so 7, 9, and again, is proceeding in Wands to me are passion, love, passion, right? And then the 7 of Wands, like if you look at this picture, right, you can see he's holding the 1, and all these other people want him, and he doesn't want anybody else. And then in the 9 of Wands, see, he's left them all behind, and he's just chose the one that he already chose. But these other people, them karmics or whatever, were coming forward. I'm not going to clarify all of these. I'm just going to lace them out. So we got the Knight of Pentacles. Well, I guess I am. We're just going to go like this. Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, Queen of Wands, the Hermit, which we talked about, 2 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. How about that? The bottom is the Star card, along with the Ace of Swords. That's also another air. So if you're dealing with air, like this is so what this is. I have air all through this. And Scorpio, you're a water sign, so I see water. That's what the cups are. But I see air all through this. You have your 9. You have your Ace. You have your 2. The Emperor, to me, smartest man in the deck. You have him twice. Those are Gemini to me. Ace of Swords is air. You have your Lovers. That's Gemini. You can be dealing with a Gemini or an air sign. It would make a lot of sense to me. So what I got here is, was definitely passionate, definitely moving forward from the 7 to the 9. And then actually I have 7 to 9 up here to clarify Lovers, but at the very end over here you have your 10, which is completion, which is telling me that I went through a cycle, headed for another one, because you have your Star and your Ace of Swords. Oh, and you have the Ace of Swords twice as well. Right, so you have your Knight of Pentacles, your Emperor, and your Queen of Wands. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles is in his head. Not in his head, but logical thinker. That's air. That's air all day. Emperor is your logical thinker as well. Right, smartest man in the deck to me. You have him twice. To me, he's Gemini. Gemini is a very, very logical thinker. That's what I use. That's what I symbolize the Emperor as. And let's clarify with the Clover, which is left, which is good that he thinks that way, or she thinks that way, the Emperor. Queen of Wands, saying bear with you. Bear with you. That's another wand, which is passion. Right? You get the bear, which the bear to me is just bear with him. They're getting through it. They're getting through it. They're working through all of this. Yep. Then we have the Hermit. They're reflecting back, right? Reflecting back, and that's why they're working so hard to get out of it, because they know what it used to be like without you. And they don't want to ever be like that again. What comes out is the Broom, yep. Thinking about all that bullshit that was at the end prior to you, right? That's what the Hermit's reflecting, all that bullshit, right? You don't want that anymore. 2 of Swords. Cutting shit out, you know. I mean, it's like a choice, or it's, you know, it's two choices, almost like my path. Like 2 paths. Yep. Clarified with the Fox, which is my pay attention, still paying attention. And that could be what the 2 paths are, right? I need to stop spying on this girl or this man. Do I really, you know what I mean? They're not like the rest. I see that now still, but that's what that dilemma is. And so then you have your 10 of Wands, clarified with the Key to the Heart, which is them choosing, like they know that you're the one. They're not going to be looking no more. They've They played every scenario in their head with this logical thinking up in their head in the book. And, you know, Nine of Swords, Ace of Swords twice, right? The Emperor twice. They're in their head so much. They're replaying and all of their past relationships. Well, so-and-so said this, so that means this person means this when they say it. No, not necessarily. You have to remember that not everybody's the same. Not everybody's the same. And see, and then over here, so you have your Star and your Ace of Swords. Let me scoot you. Clarified with the garden and the path, right? So Star, it's a 2 into 1. It's the Angel of Hope. And then you clarify with the garden in which everything grows, right? And then your Ace of Swords is clarified with the 2 paths. And that's funny because that's what I said about the 2 of Swords over here was the 2 paths to be chosen. So for the crossroads to come on top of the Ace of Swords, telling me that what they chose over here, which I had said that they weren't going to keep spying. They were going to cut it out because they know that you're a kid of heart. That's exactly what it's saying over here is they knew that they thought that there was 2 paths that they had to take and they chose one. That would be you. They're not going to take the stuff that you say like that's what the past people said, so I have to do it this way, or that's what their intention were. Like they're not jumping to those conclusions anymore. Do you have any other messages? You know, I didn't pull out the Oracle, but let's pull out an Oracle real quick. I'll just pull out 1 or 2. There we go, car. Get in to the driver's seat of your life. Yeah, it's gonna be a good ride. And it definitely seems like the journey with the 8 of Wands up there tells me that you guys have been doing this for a little while. It's well worth it. And the other one is Chase. Face and embrace the woman or the man in the mirror. Yep. Pay attention to you. You know, you shouldn't, don't focus on, and I think you're out of that stage. It says reach your goals. I think you're out of that stage where you, every time they did something that you took it personal. This is you like looking at yourself in the mirror. And you are a good person. You need to reflect on that, you know. There's nothing wrong with you, and I think that's the work that you were doing, and that's how this person started to look at you because you weren't feeding into whatever the game that they were playing, or they were not playing, but they were testing, and they were like, well, I can do this, and she'll allow me to do that, or she won't. But you were so against the grain, and you just did your own thing that person couldn't fit you into a box, couldn't fit you into that box. Everybody does it this way. You do it your own way. And I think that's a lot of how they were able to decipher who to choose, if that makes sense. You know, just like I said, journey's been going on for a little while. It's not brand new. It's a back and forth, and he's seen other people and you've seen other people. Nothing was really committed, but you went back and forth, but the love was there, so then drew you back, and then drew you apart, and then drew you back. Like that's what I'm seeing. But because of the way that you've seen yourself, you didn't allow none of that stuff. You just kept it moving. And I think that's what distinguished the difference between you and them. And that's what made the difference of how your person's seen you. Because you didn't react like everybody else. You didn't interpret it like everybody else. You've seen things differently. And I think that truly is what it was. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And then I'll see you in a bit. Bye.